So we finally got one Trump confirmation. Tulsi Gabbard today got the confirmation for Director of National Intelligence by 52 votes. I believe she only needed 51. I think it's amazing because personally, whenever I hear people talk about strong, confident, really powerful women, I think of Tulsi Gabbard. She's somebody I've thought of that for years now, even when she was a Democrat. Mind you, I don't necessarily swing with the majority of my thoughts progressively towards like the Democratic really far left, and I don't also go towards that conservative far right. I always kind of fall in the middle, and it always depends on what type of topics. Tulsi Gabbard's someone I don't always agree with on topics and positions she falls into a lot of times. However, what I do value about her is she's a really intelligent person and a really intelligent woman. All the time when I hear Democrats talking about that they want intelligent women, yet they really fight against Tulsi Gabbard, I'm always scratching my head and I'm confused because out of all the women they had and have, this is an intelligent woman. The way she dismantled Kamala Harris back in 2016 or 2015 when they had the Democratic debates for who was going to run for the president against Donald Trump, she totally decimated Harris. And it was amazing. She did it with confidence, no like if and or guessing or anything like that. I understand there's a lot of controversies that surround Tulsi. You know, a lot of Republicans have a lot of things they complain about, and Democrats complain a lot of things about her. One of the complaints that Democrats have, again, is she's a Russian asset or, Russian collusion. That whole thing they fabricated against Donald Trump is something they put on her as well. And that had a lot to do with understand the Russian side. And because she was trying to understand the Russian side against the Ukrainians, that was seen as terrible because, there was a lot of one-way mindset that unless you stand with the Ukrainians, you're a Nazi or you're a Russian asset or some sort of nonsense like that. I don't know why nobody can just kind of look at both aisles of any sort of argument and say they have both sides. We need to come to a compromise when that's everything we always learn, right? The whole idea is compromise and figuring out a solution that works for everybody. And again, I know you're not involved in this discussion right now, but me personally, I'm not saying Putin's a good guy. KGB, that's his lineage. I can't say that wholeheartedly those are the best people, but he's doing what it seems like to be what he believes is ideal for his Russian nation and its longevity. There's a lot of things that go on with Ukraine, and there's a lot of touchy subjects, but this isn't a Ukrainian video. Another issue that has to deal with Tulsi Gabbard that a lot of people have issues with is her association with a religious group that's also seen as like a cult called the Science of Identity Foundation. Although I don't know how much she's tied with that right now. I know part of the issue with that is their stance against the LGBTQ agenda. So I think that's where she catches a lot of fire from the Democrats. And again, right, the big issue is for Democrats and probably for a lot of Republicans is her party switch. She went from Democrat, but I'd say she was a progressive moderate. But after the way she saw the Democratic Party was handling things, especially with regards to nominating potential presidential frontrunners and things like that, she started switching, especially with all the issues that we've seen happening in the last 2 years. Issues we really can't talk about, like the jab and other issues that I just don't want to attach to this video so it doesn't get turned off for whatever perspective. I've had, like I've mentioned many times, videos just get taken off for no apparent reason, even though I'm not sharing my personal conspiracy-minded thoughts on things where it might hurt someone else's personality or stance on the real world things happening. Anyways, back to the thing. The major important thing here is I think she is a very strong, confident, intelligent person. And I'll attach the descriptive woman because that's what everybody kind of wants to do, right? It's all about inclusion, so it's a powerful thing that she's a woman. For me, the powerful thing is that she's actually an intelligent human being that can process information and have discussions, intelligent discussions that are not edited. I think that's really valuable for people and leaders that we want running this country, regardless of what side they fall on. There's probably more things I disagree with Tulsi on than I agree with, But the fact that she's an intelligent person that now can be there discussing, holding ideas, and working towards policies and issues that this country needs addressed is really important, regardless if I agree with her or I don't. And again, the most important thing that I think that's happening right now with this whole Trump presidency coming in is they're cleaning house and we're restructuring what it is we see and function as government. And I think Tulsi Gabbard is a great step forward.